Morning, welcome to Move and Improve. As always, if you need a cushion, grab yourself a cushion for a bit of support. We've got quite a fiery one today, quite tough. I'll try and give you some options to make it a little bit easier if you're feeling it, especially on the wrists, the shoulders. We've got quite a lot of core working as well, quite flowy movements today. So we'll get going. We're going to start in a child's pose position and then come up into a downward dog, so we're stretching out all the back of the body. So let me grab a cushion and I can show you how you can use that if you need to. So let's start in our child's pose position. So we're going to go with a wide position, so knees come in line with the mat and you're sitting down onto your heels, and we're going to walk the hands forward. So we're really going to lengthen out the back of the body, so really walk those hands forward. Gaze is down at the mat, so we're looking down and we're lengthening out the spine, so really pushing the bottom onto the heels, flattening out the back. Tummy draws in. And push those armpits down towards the mat. We're going to come up into our box position. Tucking the toes under, and then we lift the bottom high. So keep a nice bend in the knees. Our focus is to have a nice flat spine, so we're sending, so rather than being here, we're sending the tailbone up to the sky, and then we just pedal the legs. Some nice deep breaths here. Make sure that your fingers are spread wide. You're pushing down through index and thumb. So we've got that nice wide base. Keeping that bottom up nice and high. Really push the chest down. Head is heavy and looks towards the knees. Another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now let's lift that right leg. Heel leads, so we've got our flex of our foot. We're keeping the hips nice and square, pushing down through the hands and supporting leg. You're going to bend that heel now to the bottom and extend. Bend the heel to the bum, draw the tummy in and extend. Heel to the bum, and this time we're going to stack the hips on top of each other. Keep pushing through both hands. Keep the head down, we're opening out the hip. Opening out here. Just breathe into this position. Really push that heel towards the bottom and stack those hips on top of each other. Weight pushes down through both hands, so we're separating the ribs from the hips here, all the way down that right side. Deep breath. Let's return those hips to face forward so they're nice and square. Extend the leg. If you need to, you can pop the leg down and take a break here. If not, we're going to go straight in, knee to nose. So body weight comes forward, knee comes to the nose. So your option here is to come down onto your shin and keep that knee tucked in. If you can stay up on that 3-leg plank position and push the leg away. So I'll go into your option here. You come down onto the shin and bring the knee forward. Or your option is you come in, knee comes to nose. And back up one more time. Knee to nose. And back up. Now we're going to go across to the left elbow, so your right leg's lifted. We come across and we tap the left elbow and we reach back. Again, option here, down to the shin, tuck under, so we're really crunching up the abs, pushing back, nice and long. So nice long limb, pushing back, tuck under, opposite elbow, drop to the shin if you need to, reaching back. One more time, we go to that opposite elbow. Breathing out as we do, breathing in to return. Take a rest here if you need to pop both legs down, lift the bum high, or staying in that 3-leg dog position. Right knee now comes to right elbow. Lift it up as high as you can. So you're crunching the abdominals as you do. Breathing out, knee up high, push away. Really use those hands to push through. Push away. Option here, pop the leg down if you need to take a bit of a rest. Keep that leg high. We're going to bend the heel towards the bottom and we're going to swoop forward, popping that foot between the hands, back knee comes down. So we're into our low lunge position. So we're stretching out now into the hip flexor. So let's come back up nice and straight. If you need to pop something under your knee for a bit of support, and you're going to tuck that tailbone under. So we've got a nice long spine, and then we move forward. So we're getting that stretch. We should be feeling that stretch into the hip, down to the side, all the way through the front. So nice long spine, body weight's forward, in line with the thigh. We're tucking under, ribs push down flat. So if you can, popping a hand down. If you need to layer it up with a block or a bit of support, do so here. We're now just going to drop the knee out to the side, so we're coming onto the blade of the foot. So you can use your hand just to push away. Show you from the side so you can see. So you're in this position and you're just pushing away, opening out that hip. So up onto the hands if you need to, onto the the tops of the fingers, pushing that leg away. To take it a little bit deeper, we open up the hand as well. So you're thinking about rotating the back and opening out into the hip. For those of you that want to take it a little bit deeper, you lift the back leg, tuck the back toes, push back into the back foot. So you're evenly spread and holding. Knee comes back in, facing forward. Hand comes back down, drop the knee if you need to. Then we push back into a runner's lunge. So we're pushing back, framing the front foot, flexing the heel, and we should now be reaching into the hamstring. Come up tall, flatten that back, and then collapse over forward as you breathe out. Breathe in, straighten the back. Breathe out, fold forward. In, straighten the back. Pushing back into that front leg, so pushing back into the right leg. Hands down. If you need to, you can come off the hands, flexing the back foot and drawing in towards the hamstring. So we're getting into the quad. If you want to, opposite hand can twist round and grab hold of that foot. So you're opening out your chest and you're drawing that foot in towards the bottom. So right hand, left leg, twisting into the stretch. Holding here. For 2 more breaths. Pop the hands back down, draw the knee back, and sitting back onto the bottom. What we do on one side now, we need to do on the other. So let's go into that left side. So I'll turn around so you can see. Exactly the same thing on the left side. We come into the box position, spread the fingers, push down through index, thumb and heel of hand, and lift that tailbone high. Up nice and tall. Nice long flat spine. Head's heavy, jaws heavy, brows heavy. Lift the bottom up. We lift the left leg. Heel leads. We draw the tummy in and we push the chest close to the supporting leg. Then we're going to bend that heel to the bum and extend. Heel to bottom and extend. Heel to bum and extend away. Heel to bum. Now let's stack the hips. So now we're popping one hip on top of the other, drawing that knee up as high as you can, pushing down through both hands and holding here. Keeping nice and open. Returning to that three-legged dog. If you need to pop your foot down for a little bit of extra bounce, or keep the leg high. Then we're going to drive the knee in to the nose. Crunching up, remember your option to drop down to the shin or pushing away. Knee to nose, breathing out. Really crunch those abs up, getting that knee as high as you can. Think about kissing the knee. Kissing the knee right up and push away. Now we twist across the body. Left knee, right elbow and push away. Option to come down to the shin, push away, cut across the body and extend away. Getting some full length down that leg that's lifted, so we want to make it nice and long, pushing out of the hip joint. Over and push away. Again, your option, take a bit of a rest here. Stay in that three-legged dog. We come out to the side. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, left elbow. One more time. Crunching up. Back to a downward dog position. We're going to come into our lunge now. So we're lifting that left leg, crunching in, stepping the foot forward, dropping the back knee, coming up nice and tall. Remember, you can pop a prop underneath your knee. Here, as we come back, we lengthen the tailbone, tuck under, and then we lean forward. So we're getting a stretch down that hip flexor. Untuck the toes. Right leg, we should be getting a nice stretch down the hip. So really push that tailbone forward, squeeze your glutes and stretch into the lunge position. We drop the hands and we open out the hip. Use the hand for a bit of support if you need to drive that hip out. We're on the blade edge of the left foot. Shoulders are away from ears and we're driving that knee away. Option here to open out and come into the upper back. So shoulder blade squeezes down, away from the ear, and we're opening out the chest. Shining those collarbones open. Breathing into this position. Coming back to centre. Pushing back into that runner's lunge. So hands frame the front foot. We flex the foot, we push the hips back. So if you can see here, I'm rounded over. I'm going to get up, tall and long with my back. Reach forward, collapse over. Come up, lengthen my spine and collapse over. As you fold over, breathing out. Coming back into our lunge position. So body weight comes forward, nice long spine. On that right side, heel flexes, comes to the bottom. So here you're actively engaging in the stretch, so you're not using your hand to pull your heel to your bottom, you're using your muscles to do this position. So we want to start here And then if you want to take it further, you can use your hand, I can see where my foot is, and reach over. So we're really deep into the stretch and pulling that heel end to the bottom. So we're in that twisted position. My left hand is holding my right ankle. Obviously the option is just to stay in this stretch. And here. And we pop the leg down, we take a step back, and we rest here in child's pose. Wide legs, push your bottom back. So we should feel a nice stretch in those glutes. Pushing away. Couple of deep breaths here. So use this before we go into our next set of movements, which is starting in a downward dog again, but back to the right side. So deep breath, slowing the heart rate down. Come into a box position. We tuck the toes and we come back to that down dog. Back to the right side, so we're lifting that right leg. So watch the change here. Heel comes to bottom. I'm drawing my knee through over to my left elbow. And then I'm going to shoot my foot out to the side. So your option here is if that is too much, you can pop your shin down in line. So here, I'm shooting out my right leg. Option, you can stay onto the shin, and we're just going to open out into a side position. So if you've come onto your shin, you will be here in a supported side plank. If your foot's out, it's out in front. Option here to lift if you want to take it deeper. Flex the foot and lift. For 3, for 2, for 1, twisting back up. Again, knee draws down. This time everybody places their shin down. Foot twists towards the back, and we twist into that side plank. So a little bit of time to get set up here. Knee, wrist, toe, one long straight line. Arm reaches up, nice and long, nice and tall. We push the weight down into the knee and into the hand, and we lift and lower the leg. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Keep breathing. Keep drawing that tummy in. We're active with the side, so we're actively lifting, pushing the floor away, and the kneecap faces forward. So we're not opening out, we're keeping those hips nice and square. Open and close. Open and close. Now we hold up. Point the toe, and we're just going to draw some circles with the foot. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse the circle. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hop the leg down. Keeping that arm up, we can add a little bit of weight now into that lengthened leg. Breathe in to prepare, and as you breathe out, you're threading through the gap between the arm and the knee. Opening out. Breathing in, breathing out, rotating, keep those hips forward. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, shoulders away from ear, nice and long, nice, and we go under. Open out, and let's push back into child's pose. Extend away. Deep breaths, so 3 deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I'll turn this way so you can see me better as we go on to do exactly the same now on the left side. Deep breaths, coming up to the knees. Tuck the toes, lift the bottom. up nice and high. Onto the left side. So lifting into that three-leg dog position. We're going to bend the heel to the bottom and we're going to bring the foot forward. Remember your option to come to your shin here, or we shoot the foot out to the side and we roll into a side plank. So if you have come onto your shin, you would open out to the side here. For those of you that have come into that side fallen star position, you can lift if you want to take it deeper. For 3, for 2, for 1, and twisting back to that three-legged dog. Then everybody bends the heel, brings the shin down to the floor. Foot comes backwards and we roll over to the side. So we're in a tripod position so that we're getting some support from that back leg. Check your setup, wrist, knee, toe is all in line, and you've got your opening out, pushing the hips forward, so you've got that nice long straight line. Reach the fingertips up, weight bears into the knee and the wrist, and we lift and lower. Lift, lower. Using your breath, breathing out as you lift, in as you return. Out and in. Out. Getting ready to hold up. And we hold up, paintbrush between the toes, and we're drawing a little circle. Probably the size of an orange. Think of your thigh bone as a wooden spoon stirring in the hip joint. And reverse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the foot down. Deep breath in to prepare, and as we breathe out, we thread underneath between the hand and the knee. Opening out, keeping the tummy tight. Pushing down through the knee and the hand. Deep breath in. Breathing out. One more time. Deep breath in. And breathing out. And let's push back to child's pose. Lengthen out that spine. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Slow the heart rate down. Coming up onto the heels. Let's cross the legs and come over onto the bum. So, legs out in front. If you find it hard to keep an upright spine while your legs are out in front, so you're here, you need to pop something under your bottom so that you can get up nice and tall. You may need a slight bend in your legs. So if you have got a cushion or some blocks, some books, will just elevate you to keep that spine nice and long, and that's the focus in this, keeping a nice long spine. So, hands come forward. We lift and lower, lift and lower. So I'm taking my leg up just slightly and lowering down, up onto my fingertips for support. If you need a bit more support, fingertips can face backwards and you can do it here. This is an easier version. It doesn't require as much pressure on the hip flexors as folding forward. So choose your option as you lift one leg at a time. So alternating lifts. Imagine someone's got a piece of cotton on your knee and they're lifting the leg. You're keeping both sit bones down, lightly on your fingertips, leaning forward, or you're in a reclined position, lifting the leg. I'm going to go to double leg now. So lifting and lowering. You may need to put a little bit more pressure down to help you lift up. So pressure through the fingers, lift, lower. Really connect those ribs to the pelvis as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. Breathing out as the legs come up. In as you return. Air goes out as you're crunching the lungs. Or you're staying with single leg here. Up nice and tall. So if you can, if you've got a prop or something close to, we're going to now open the leg out to the side. So sitting up nice and tall, fingertips out to the side to support. We're bringing the leg over and bringing it back. Bringing it over and bringing it back. Breathing out. Take a breath in, out to return. Keep that kneecap facing up. Over and return. If you need a little bit more support to lean back to make this easier, you can lean back into those hands. Up and over. We're getting all into that hip flexor and quad here. Let's get 2 more. And onto the other side. Pop your prop there. If you haven't got a prop, I mean, you can grab anything easy to hand. To make this harder, you would build that prop up so that you had to lift higher to come over. But we just want to get that movement. Heel touches, up and over, heel touches. Up nice and tall. Don't collapse into that spine. So piece of cotton, pulling the head up nice and tall. Open, down. Should be really feeling it here. Into the hip flexors. But we gave them a good stretch at the start. So they should be nice and long, ready to strengthen. And relax down. Just collapse over. If you need to, draw the knees in and just relax over the knees. So we're going to go into a similar position now, but we're going to go into a wide leg position. So a little bit of balance needed for this one. So, wide legs. Draw the knees in, lift one knee, and you can hold on if you need to hold the leg there to stay up nice and tall, or you can have the hand out, lift the other leg, hold on if you need to, up nice and tall, shins parallel. Just hold in this position. Really hold on and pull your chest in if you need to. If you can, hold here with the shins parallel, hold here. Option now to extend one leg, holding on, extend the other leg. Bend, bend, extend, extend. Holding on. If this is too much, stay with the bent leg position. Extend, extend, bend. Up nice and tall. Extend and bend. Staying into this boat position. Let's draw the knees a little bit closer now. Holding on if you still need to. And you can hold on in this position or you can let go. Come with me, we go to dish and we come up to boat. So we go down. We breathe in. As we breathe out, we come up into boat. Breathe out, into dish. Breathe in, breathe out, we come up to boat. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, up to boat. One more time. This time we're going to lower down slowly. So option here to put the feet down, hold on to the back of the legs as you lower down. or lower down nice and slowly. Into that dish position. Arms come overhead and full body stretch. Lengthen the toes away, lengthen the fingertips away. Oh, I'm hot today. It's a nice fiery one to get the body moving. Next week I'll do a slower pace. Couple of deep breaths. And you're all stretched out for today. Enjoy.